Okay, it says I'm live. Let's test that out. Second, I have to bring up the other browser. Yeah, I know. I've got too many browsers. It's a problem when you're a human. You end up with these things. And I'm sorry, I'm starting a little bit slow tonight, folks. But I'm trying something different. And I don't have a clue what I'm talking about, so I'm probably going to mess things up. But that's the way it works. Okay. Now, and I'm sorry, I'm starting a little bit slow tonight. I can hear myself, that's good. But now I'll turn off the music part over there, and I will go to here, where I'm going to drive you crazy, because I'm going to play some really strange music for you. This is war music. Real war music. This one here, like Tom Smith, is about a war that's been going on for 100 years. Yeah, 100 years. You didn't notice? Gee, you guys must be a bit slow. So far, there's been probably about 1 million casualties, but no deaths. Let me play the song and you'll understand. This is by Tom Smith, a very talented songwriter. He's a little bit crazy. That's why we love him.
The land is burning and dry under southwestern skies. My gut is churning, but you won't see fear in my eyes. Nothing to lose as I climb in and look to the roads. Then light the fuse to the cannon, which promptly explodes. My gut is churning, but you won't skyward and in my eyes. With one final thought as I head towards the wall. Nothing to lose as I climb in and look if it's the last thing I do. Then light the fuse to the cannon.
Oh, I see what's going on.
If Murphy's laws are religion, I must be a saint. What else explains semis bursting from tunnels I paint? 1,000 Rube Goldberg nightmares last night from my garage. If Murphy's laws are religion, I must be How many falling pianos can that damn bird dodge? What else explains semis bursting from magnetic birdseed to dynamite darts? I could buy General Mills with what I spend on parts, but I'll get that road runner if it's the last thing I do.
Live. Let's test that out.
I should forget it. It's not big enough for us. 1,000 Rube Goldberg nightmares last night from my line of credit are religion and must have how many falling pianos can that damn bird dodge? Got no insurance, I can't bursting from magnetic birdseed to dynamite darts. I could buy General Mills with what I spend on most EPA laws. Still, my super genius will deal with that dunce. Remember that I have to win only once, and I'll get him someday. Perhaps I should try something new. My Canyon compactor was perfect to echo my screams. My backpack reactor worked fine until I crossed the beams. My bomb extender snapped back with the lit TNT. My flying blender was just a tad quicker than me. But I'm smarter, I'm stronger, and he's merely fast. Let's hear him beep beep with his head up his ass, and I'll get that road runner if it's the last thing I do. Eureka! That's it! Earthquake pills!
Okay, let's go to the next song. This time we're going to talk about heroes.
Do you wanna be a hero in the sky? Do you wanna be
I'm
a
sure a lot
hero
of
in the
folks
sky?
understand
High
this song.
adventure, higher pay, join the Space Marines today, and you're gonna be a hero in the sky. Do you wanna wear a macho uniform? Do you wanna wear a macho uniform? Olive shirt and BBDs, pants that bag around the knees, yeah, we'll put you in a macho uniform. Do you wanna rise as early as the birds? Do you wanna rise as early as the birds? Well, on that you'll have no choice when you hear the sergeant's voice, yeah, you'll always rise as early as the birds. Do you wanna eat exotic space cuisine? Do you wanna eat exotic space cuisine? Powdered eggs and wafer bar, nameless stew and burger char, yeah, you'll always eat exotic space cuisine. Do you wanna own the latest weaponry? Do you wanna own the latest weaponry? Guns that jam and spray like hell with their stocks made by Mattel, yeah, you'll always own the latest weaponry. Do you wanna take a bodybuilding course? Do you wanna take a bodybuilding course? Our basic training tends to put muscles at both ends, yeah, we'll put you through a bodybuilding course. Do you wanna kiss some gorgeous foreign dames? Do you wanna kiss some gorgeous foreign dames? On 100 worlds or more, there's still just one kind of whore, yeah, that's what you'll see of gorgeous foreign dames. Do you wanna test the latest weapons made? Do you wanna test the latest weapons made? On every other pass, one'll get you in the ass, yeah, that's how you'll test the latest weapons made. Do you wanna further medical research? Do you wanna further medical research? Between modern weaponry and the new kinds of BD, you will surely further medical research. Would you be young and handsome all your life? Would you be young and handsome all your life? Well, the odds are good that you will be dead by 22, so you will be young and handsome all your life. Hero is a four-letter word. Hero is a four-letter word. Just another term for fool, and you'll learn well in our school that hero is a four-letter word. Hero is a four-letter word.
And we go to the next song. You'll love this one. It's what happens when a commercial crew has a little bit of trouble.
We were 38 crewmen on Transport 18. The hour was late and the talk was obscene. When the raiders streaked down and their bright lasers cut some 20-odd holes through her steel-plated gut. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. All the engines were dead and the life system shot, and the ship leaking air like the steam off a pot. When the crew was accounted and all damage told, the last airtight chamber was the 5th cargo hold. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. So we yelled SOS with our beacons and flares, and we ran for the hold by the last standing stairs. We sealed off the ports and we gave a great cheer when we found that the cargo was 12 tons of beer. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. We were fairly well mellowed when our answer came through by a transporter sparkle and a brief flash of blue. 'Twas a space-suited Navy man, calm and correct, though his green pointed ears weren't quite what you'd expect. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. He raised one long eyebrow as he noted our fun, and he calmly announced that our troubles weren't done, for his ship was off fighting the raiders alone, so we'd have to reach safety somehow on our own. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. Then he said, there's a space station not far at all. We could reach in 2 days at a jet-powered crawl. Now jets are quite simple, we could build one from here. Just a valve line to the surface from one tank of beer. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. So we cheered our salvation and we mourned for the brew as we sealed on the pipes as he showed us to do. Then we opened the fuel line with a ship aimed toward home, and we rode to the station on a long wake of foam. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. So at last, when the ship came to take us in tow, just an hour from the station with 3 tanks to go, we drank up the fuel and we're feeling no pain, when the Navy man left us with a look of disdain. So pity us poor sailors wherever we roam, for there's no guarantee that we'll ever come home. So cheer for us sailors riding in on the foam. We were drunker than lords by the time we got home.
This song will probably confuse you a bit. It's a little bit different. Quite a bit different.
I left my home down in Africa. On my back.
Don't ask me why I was doing that. I wasn't supposed to. Anyways, let's take a listen to Pride of Shinar. I'll be very curious if any of you can actually figure out what the song is about, because it's a little bit confusing in ways. But the story behind it is quite good, actually. The novel was written by a woman named C.J. Sherry, and she is one hell of a writer. Anyways, here's the song.
Our ear tufts are gleaming with rings of bright gold. Our dress is as rich as the goods in our hold. Yet we pause on the ramp for a moment in shock to see the strange creature that bolts from the dock. It dodges our claws and leaps straight through the lock, right into the Pride of Shinar. We are the Pride of Shinar, glossy of eye, fang, and fur. Our fame is unblemished, our ship is the best, for we are the Pride of Shinar. Now this is no beast, for it knows where to run, knows when it's trapped, recognizes a gun. Despite signs of hunger and cuts in its hide, it stands to defy us with true honey pride. Then writes unknown letters in the blood from its side on the deck of the Pride of Shinar. We are the pride of Chanur, glossy of eye, and our fame is unblemished, our ship is the best, for we are the pride of Chanur. Now this is a prize and a mystery to track, and here come the Kip thieves demanding it back. Now shall we give over and meekly obey? Once more let the pirates of Kip have their way. They've robbed us before, but they'll not win today. No deal from the pride of Chanur. We are the pride of Chanur, glossy of eye, fang, and fur. Our fame is unblemished, our ship is the best, for we are the pride of Chanur. They've fired on the station, the jump point, and more. They're halting all trade, and they've started a war. Great gods, how enormous the trouble has grown for the sake of one male of a species unknown. Would we have done better to leave him alone? Hell no, not the pride of Chanur. We are the pride of Chanur, glossy of eye, fang, and fur. Our fame is unblemished, our ship is the best, for we are the pride of Chanur. Aye, we are the pride of Chanur.
I really wonder how Leslie got the idea to actually do that song. That was Leslie Smith. Fish, by the way. Now we're going to switch over to Julia Eckler. Julia is a very talented songwriter. She's also a great singer. And this song is about what happens when things go really, really badly. So badly, you decide to, well, how should I put it? Commit a few war crimes. It's a very Canadian song in some ways.
We were sworn to protect a timeless land, our steel pledged to greater goals, meant to serve what our lords deemed as good, part of a greater whole. We swore, lords, a pledge with breath and tongue, a pledge I now break with my heart. Those beliefs impede what I'm called now to do, my allegiance asunder apart. My soul was torn from me this day, half of heard at night, not a warrior's death. All goodness seemed useless and vile. For good, let my fragile world be destroyed. My oaths by such lies were defiled. Forgive me, my lords, for what I do. Know that the sinner is suffering too. But your virtue's pure, don't allow what I plan, and by God I'll pay killers their due. So find me a horse as red as the sun. Find me a blade that will make their blood run. I will ride out at dawn while the sun's in the sky, so the buzzards can see where the bodies will lie. Bring me my lance, bring my shield. Strong as my sword is the vengeance I wield. To seek vengeance is wrong, claim my masterful lords. But vengeance has tempered my sword. Vengeance has tempered my sword.
Okay, so now for some real fun. You heard Julia's take on the song. Well, remember the chap who did the first song, a guy named Tom Smith, who did Operation Desert Storm? Tom heard the song and decided to rewrite it a little bit. Tom,
I'm a
here's what
warrior born and a warlord made
Julia,
to conquer the
something.
final frontier. But they put my ship in a cryogen dip and they froze us for 400 years. I was perfect in body and in mind, genetically engineered. But a pretty boy captain destroyed all my plans and the damned rabble neo-Banshee. He marooned me on SETI Alpha 5. SETI 6 blew up, barely 20 survived. But I'm back in space and the blood from their bases will drain when I finally arrive. So find me a ship, Reliant will do. Find me an anchovy covered in goo that will go in the ear of a young Russian jerk who can send out a signal to James T. Kirk. Bring me my lunch, I feel quite starved. It may look like steak, but it's Kirk's heart I carve. In the back of your fridge, maybe 10 kinds of mold, but vengeance is best served cold. Vengeance is best served cold. Such indignities I suffered at his hands, those endless unbearable days, selling rich Corinthian leather and being a straight man to her villa shades. My wife lies buried beneath these sands, her breath from her body was ripped. Who believes his claim that he wasn't to blame when his buddies were writing the script? He's an admiral with supplemental pay, doing Barbary Coast, selling almost parquet. But my brand of promise, he'll hope that his mom is around if he gets in my way. So find me a ship, Reliant will do. Find me an anchovy covered in goo that will go in the ear of a young Russian jerk who can send out a signal to James T. Kirk. Bring me my lunch, I feel quite starved. It may look like steak, but it's Kirk's heart I carve in the back of your fridge. Maybe 10 kinds of mold, but vengeance is best served cold. Vengeance is best served cold.
Okay, next up, we've got this absolutely fantastic song. What would happen if you're on a ship that's on a long journey, a really long journey? A warship. It's happened quite a few times before. Basically, when you get shore leave, things kind of go kind of wild. So, here's a shore leave song.
When we pulled into Argo Port in need of R&R, the crew set out investigating every joint and bar. We had high expectations of their hospitality, but found too late it was
Jamie
weird
Dawson was the
procedures to
captain of the
see. And
Christian
we're
and
banned
Arrow.
from Argo every
He fought the Christian in the War of
Banned from Argo just for having
Now
a
the
little
Christian
fun.
was the
We
tightest
spent
ship
all
between
these
here and
short
Charlemagne,
years
and the crew of
captain
Jamie
of
Dawson was the same.
and we died in
On patrol in Sector 7,
In a rear
keeping watch on
guard and
Barbara's
with
side,
no
they would
We
jump
found him with 5 partners.
My apologies, folks.
We're on the way, we had no second chance. We beamed him up in the nick of time and the remnants of his pants. And we're banned from Argo, everyone. Banned from Argo just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shore leave there for just 3 days or 4. But Argo doesn't want us anymore. Our engineer would yield to none at putting down the brew. He outdrank 7 space marines and a demolition crew. The navigator didn't win, but he outdrank almost all. And now they've got a shuttlecraft on the roof of City Hall. And we're banned from Argo, everyone. Banned from Argo just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shore leave there for just 3 days or 4. But Argo doesn't want us anymore. Our proper cool first officer was drugged with something green and hauled into an alley where he suffered things obscene. He sobered up in sick bay and he's none the worse for wear, except he somehow taught the bridge computer how to swear. And we're banned from Argo, everyone. Banned from Argo just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shore leave there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. The head nurse disappeared a while in the major dope bazaar, buying an odd green potion guaranteed to cause fanfare. She came home with no uniform and an oddly cheerful heart, and a painful way of walking with her feet a yard apart. And we're banned from Argo, everyone. Banned from Argo just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shore leave there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. Our Lady of Communications won a ship-wide bet by getting into the planet's main communications net. Now every time someone calls up on an Argo telescreen, the flesh is there but the clothes they wear are nowhere to be seen. And we're banned from Argo, everyone. Banned from Argo just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shore leave there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. Our doctor loves humanity, his private life is quiet. The shore police arrested him for inciting hordes to riot. We found him in the city jail, locked on and beamed him free, intact except for hickeys and 6 kinds of VD. And we're banned from Argo, everyone. Banned from Argo just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shore leave there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. Our helmsman loves exotic plants, and the plants all love him too. He took some down on leave with him, and we wondered what they'd do, till a planetary governor called and swore upon his life that a gang of plants entwined his house and then seduced his wife. And we're banned from Margot, everyone, banned from Margot just for having a little fun. We spent jolly surely there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. A gang of Klingons landed and nobody seemed to care. They stomped into the nearest bar to announce that they were there. Half our crew was busy inside and invited them to play, but the Klingons only looked at us and turned and ran away. And we're banned from Margot, everyone, banned from Margot just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shortly there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. Our crew is Starfleet's finest, and our record is our pride. And when we play, we tend to leave a trail a mile wide. We're sorry about the wreckage and the riots and the fuss. At least we're sure that planet won't be quick forgetting us. And we're banned from Margot, everyone, banned from Margot just for having a little fun. We spent a jolly shortly there for just 3 days or 4, but Argo doesn't want us anymore. Wonder why?
Okay, so you've all heard of ghost ships. I mean, everybody's heard of ghost ships. Mary Celeste. Well, let's talk about Dawson's Christian. This song is by Duane Elms. I'm not sure who sang this particular version, but Duane is quite a talented songwriter and a hell of a nice guy.
Jamie Dawson was the captain of the Christian and her crew, and he flew and fought the Christian in the War of '82. Now the Christian was the tightest ship between here and Charlemagne, and the crew of Jamie Dawson was the same. On patrol in Sector 7, keeping watch on Barbara's Sun, they would jump by 3 like cruisers, though they weren't a match for 1. As they came to general quarters and they sent out the alarm, Dawson's crew was sure they finally bought the farm. No one living saw that battle, though the fleet was quick to leave. When they reached the site, they found a scene no sane man could believe. Dead in space lay 3 like cruisers, cut to ribbons all around, but no sign of Dawson's Christian could be found. There are stories of the Dutchman, the Celeste and Barnum's Bride. There are stories of the horseman and the lady at his side. But the tale that chills my spirit more because I know it's true is the tale of Jamie Dawson and his crew. Yes, the tale of Dawson's Christian and her crew. I was second mate on Harris Dream, a freighter on the line. We were shipping precious metals to the colony on 9. It was on the second watch of that most uneventful flight when the pirate ships appeared out of the night. Now to me there was no question, for they had us 4-1, and you can't fight dirty pirates when your freighter has no gun. So we stood by to be boarded by a party and unseen when another ship appeared up on our screen. First we thought it just a pirate, but the vector was all wrong. Then we thought it might be rescue, but the signal wasn't strong. When she didn't answer hailing, we all felt an unknown dread, for we saw her shields were up and glowing red. Now the courage of that single ship is shown by very few, but we never knew a ship could fly the way the stranger flew. Never fearing guns or numbers, like a tiger to its meat, the stranger then attacked the pirate fleets. And the stranger's beams burned brighter than all beams I'd seen before, and the stranger's shields were harder than the heart of any whore. As the battle rent the ether while we watched and shook our heads, the pirate ships were cut to bloody shreds. The pirate ships were cut to bloody shreds. Just as quickly as it started, then the fighting was all done, for the pirate fleet was shattered and the stranger's ship had won. Though we tried to call and thank her, not an answer could we draw. Then she dropped her shields and this is what we saw. There were 30 holes clear through her and a gash along one side, and we knew that when it happened that no crew were left alive. For the markings all said Christian, deep inside us each one knew 'twas the tomb of Jamie Dawson and his crew. Now instead of flying off, the strangers then began to fade, first the hull and then the bulkheads as we cowered there afraid. For as the Christian disappeared, the last to slip from view were the bones of Jamie Dawson and his crew. Yes, the bones of Jamie Dawson and his crew. There are stories of the Dutchman, the Celeste and Barnum's Pride. There are stories of the horseman and the lady at his side. But
Well, I told these folks it messed up. Sorry. I'm not very good at this, as you can gather. Okay, let's just skip to the next song. Science fiction author C.J. Sherry wrote a series, a very wide series, and part of it involved what most people call the Alliance Merchant universe. It's a very involved set of books, and I would strongly suggest you read them because they are great. One of the major characters is a spaceship captain named Signe Mallory. She makes Jimmy Kirk look like a wimp.
She's captain of the Norway, a thorn in Union side, protector of Bell Station and a source of grudging pride. Left the Maziani with their price upon her head, and stayed to guard the stations that the company left for dead. Captain Signe Mallory has no soul, they say. The captain of the Norway has a heart of frozen clay. That on the bridge of the Norway she throws men's lives like dice. Captain Signe Mallory, her eyes are fire and ice. They say she doesn't think about the lives that she has lost. They say when Norway goes to fight, she doesn't count the cost. That once she's planned a course, she never reckons wrong or right. So why does she stare sleeplessly into the dark all night? Captain Signe Mallory has no soul, they say. The captain of the Norway has a heart of frozen clay. That on the bridge of the Norway she throws men's lives like dice. Captain Signe Mallory, her eyes are fire and ice. They say for Norway's captain disciplines an iron whip. It's worth your life to break her rules in dock or on the ship. That no one sane serves under her command. But if that's so, then why do her troops cheer her when she passes them below? Captain Signe Mallory has no soul, they say. The captain of the Norway has a heart of frozen clay. That on the bridge of the Norway she throws men's lives like dice. Captain Signe Mallory, her eyes are fire and ice. They say the captain has no crude emotions to control, just iron fist and iron will and iron-banded soul. They say she shows no mercy, and they say she never can. So why is Norway refuge for a burned-out Union man? Captain Signe Mallory has no soul, they say. The captain of the Norway has a heart of frozen clay. That on the bridge of the Norway she throws men's lives like dice. Captain Signe Mallory, her eyes are fire and ice. She's captain of the Norway, a thorn in Union side. The the Maziani fear her. She's the heart of Norway's pride, and stationed her or merchant her from far gone back to Pell. Go for Mallory, all Norway would fight demons out of hell.
Okay, that's her side. How about the guys she's fighting? This is their side.
We fought your fight and we died in droves, in a rearguard action with no reward. We spilled our guts to cover your butts, spending ships and lives we could ill afford. And now Earthside says we can't win, and we could have won if we got support. Now they say pull back, now they say pull out, they say the war is over, mission abort. But they're not here and they don't care, our dead are just numbers on a page, for they only see how the money rolls out, and that war is a costly thing to wage. So the Union sneers and Union laughs, and the merchanters turn and run away, and the stations where we fought and died, if they could, would throw us out of their base. Give up, give in, says Earthside now. You merchanters sing the same refrain, but we won't stand this kind of defeat, and knowing our people died in vain, it was our blood still on the stars. Do you think that you can peel it away? Well, you merchant hogs better think again. Mazian will make the Union pay. You decry our fight, you deny our due. Well, we can learn from every mistake. You'll repay what we spent in blood. What you won't give us freely we'll take. We'll contest each star Union wants. This is war, not some bureaucrat's game. So we hear you're calling us pirates now. Then screw you all, we'll earn the motherless name.
That's the rough side of it. Now, there's also people who get lost. You've probably known a few of them. Folks that just don't fit in for whatever reason. Often they're of mixed cultures. Well, here's one of those cases.
Now I met Sam Jones on a dockside night in a rundown Viking bar. A kid of maybe 15 years at that purely nowhere star. He had no ship, he had no skills, no name or family. And he looked at me like a thirsty soul at a boundless salty sea. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Captain, take me with you. Captain, I'll work for free. I was spacer born and stranded here. Dockside's not for me. Now that tale sure is an old one. Some stationer unwise had slept up with some spacer love and got herself this prize. For space is wide and good friends are too few. And the kid grows up all restless and dreams of faring free, of stars and worlds and foreign docks and things he'll never see. A spacer's more than born, I said, he's trained from infancy. And you've grown up station side, boy, you were no use to me. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Well, I saw him take that hope of his and turn his face away. Not give up, no, he'd never quit, just try further down the way. Hey kid, I said, you're stubborn if you work with half that will. Well, our engineer could use a hand, but we've got a berth to fill. For space is wide and good friends are too few. He stood there with that scowling look as if he hadn't heard. And then the tears ran down his face, but he didn't say a word. No, he never was much for talking after we took him on board. Yes sir, yes ma'am, no sir, were all the words that he'd afford. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Now the engineer, Kate Meacham, well, her eyes were going bad. She knew I knew, and that kid I sent drove old Kate raving mad. Out she'd yell, and he'd lie low until old Kate got cool. Then back he'd go, and he'd do the scut, while Kate would call him a fool. For space is wide, and good friends are too few. In time, Kate's eyes got much worse, and every crewman knew. But Kate herself, well, her heart would stop on the day she left the crew. That close-mouthed kid would never talk, he just covered Kate's mistakes. Kate, he'd say, check the number 4, or Kate, that's 9.8. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Now we made our rounds of the ports we used from Halley's to Almar. And one jump all of our luck ran out at a little K-class star. We hit a rock, a vane went down, the ship went kiting through. No way to stop and no damn thing that a rescue ship could do. For space is wide and good friends are too few. The number 3 bar, Kate Meacham said, that's broken on that vein. I'll send a man up, I said then, first hope I'd entertained. No way, said Kate, it's outside work, we can't fix that from here. And to pull that thing with a high-V charge is a job for the engineer. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Now we rode in dust at 3/4 sea with our shields all down and null. Kate, I said, it's hell out there, dust is chewing up our hull. It'll chew a hard suit faster still, 10 minutes is all you'll last. Die an hour later, old Kate said, I'll just work a little fast. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Well, old Kate put that hard suit on, she went out in the driving hail of a high-V gas that scoured our hull with a shriek like a banshee wail. Her voice came back so thin and weak that we could hardly hear. I'm on it now, I'm at the vane, I've got the cover clear. For space is wide and good friends are too few. And silence then, a long, long while, all drowned in static hiss. Damn this thing, my faceplate's fogged, my sight's gone all to mist. Kate, I said, get back inside, someone else will go. But then I heard the aft lock work 2 levels down below. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Steady, Kate, said the kid's low voice, then while the minutes ran. Easy, Kate, my suit's brand new, keep low as ever you can. I'll find the pins, you tell me how, and I'll get this bastard free. Kate's voice then, we listened hard, caught about 1 word in 3. For space is wide and good friends are too few. 10 minutes gone, we heard Kate say, then we heard the kid's hard breath. I got her, shoved the other in, hold on for life and death. Said the kid, my arm's going numb, oh that's it, now there Kate, she's in. Get inside fast, get out of here, he went to static then. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Boy, hang on, we heard Kate say, then we heard Kate Meacham swear. And quiet then, just a steady kiss and the stillness in the air. 10 minutes more, power up, I said, for we heard no sound back there. It was my hand to shove the lever home and the power surged and flared. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Our speed ebbed down and ebbed again as we turned for that Cape-class sun. But Kate and the kid went on together on the trip they'd both begun. Oh, half-blind Kate and young Sam Jones made a hell of an engineer. So turn down a glass for such as they, and thank God we're sitting here. For space is wide and good friends are too few. Yes, space is wide and good friends are too few.
Okay, let's go over to another couplet. Julia Eckler, as I said earlier, is a very talented songwriter, and for some reason people like taking her songs and doing things to them. So, we're going to do her song Freeze, then we're going to do Dwayne Zell's song Freeze Revision 1.1. And no, they're not quite, well, Freeze is kind of a war song. Freeze Revision 1.1 is, well, weird.
Deep into the stony hills, miles from keep or hold, a troop of guards comes riding with the lady and her gold. Riding in the center, shrouded in her cloak of fur, companioned by a maiden and a toothless aged cur. 3 things see no end, a flower blighted ere it bloomed, a message that was wasted and a journey that was doomed. One among the guardsmen has a shifting, restless eye, and as they ride he scans the hills that rise against the sky. He wears a sword and bracelet worth more than he can afford, and hidden in his baggage is a heavy secret hoard. Of 3 things be wary, of the hungry hunting cat, the shepherd eating mutton, and the guardsman that is fat. From ambush bandits screaming charge the pack train and its prize. All but 4 within the train are taken by surprise, and all but 4 are cut down as a woodsman fells a log. The guardsman and the lady and the maiden and the dog. 3 things know a secret. First, the lady in a dream, the dog who barks no warning, and the maid who does not scream. Then off the lady pulls her cloak, in armor she is clad. Her sword is out and ready, and her eyes are fierce and glad. The maid in gestures briefly, and the dogs occur no more. A wolf, sword maid, and sorceress now face the bandit corps. Three things never anger, or you will not live for long. A wolf with cubs, a man with power, and a woman's sense of wrong. The bandits growl a challenge, and the lady only grins. The sorceress bows mockingly, and then the fight begins. When it ends, there are but four left standing from that horde: the witch, the wolf, the traitor, and the woman with the sword. Three things never trust in, the maiden sworn as pure, the vows a king has given, and the ambush that is sure. They've stripped the traitor naked, and they've whipped him on his way into the barren hillsides like the folk he used to slay. They take a thorough vengeance for the women he's cut down, and then they mount their horses and they journey back to town. Three things trust and cherish well: the horse on which you ride, the beast that guards and watches, and the sister at your side.
That is from book 2, by the way. The book was written by, oh, damn it. Not Carolyn's, sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of the book and the name of the author. Mercedes Lackey is the name of the author. Book, actually, there's 2 books. It's generally fans call it duology. There's 2 books about the characters involved in that. Anyways, let's go on to Dwayne Elm's take on it. Dwayne is a good songwriter too, and he loves having fun. He doesn't regard his own voice as all that great, so he got Larry Warner to perform this, and we're going to talk sometime this month. So here we go. Freeze revision 1.1.
Deep in engineering, down where mortals seldom go, a manager and customer come looking for a show. They pass amused among us as they sign in on the log. They've come to see our pony and they've come to see our dog. 3 things to be wary of a new kid in his prime: a man with all the answers and a code that runs first time. Summoned from our cubicles to conference room we go. We bring our dog and pony, for we know they'll want a show. Watching as we enter with a shifty, restless sigh, the customer sits waiting in his pinstripe suit and tie. 3 things never trust in, that's the vendor's final bill, the promises your boss makes and the customer's goodwill. The pony kicks his heels up as the doggy does his trick, and hands are waved with a vigor as we lay it on real thick. The customer just watches as we do this song and dance, then reaches for his briefcase, only giving us a glance. 3 things see no end, a loop with exit code done wrong, a semaphore untested, and the change that comes along. From briefcase then there comes a list of things we must revise, and all but 4 within the room are taken by surprise, and all but 4 are thinking of their last job with remorse: the customer, the manager, the doggy, and the horse. 3 things hold no secret files that somehow hit the net: your boss's secretary, and the 3rd thing I forget. First 37 changes that somehow we must add in, then 21 new features show up, much to our chagrin. And this thing's just inadequate, and that one's just plain wrong. And by the way, your schedule is about 3 months too long. 3 things it is better far that only you should know: how much you're paid, the schedule pad, and what is just for show. The customer proceeds to go through each change line by line, excruciating detail which no logic can divine. When it ends, there's only four not sitting there agog: the customer, the manager, the pony, and the dog. Three things never anger: first, the one who runs your deck, the one who does the backup, and the one who signs the check. Now we are contract software types who spend our days and nights embedded in the system, down with all the bits and bytes, and none but us can tell full well the damage done today. It's what they do not know for which they do not have to pay. Three things are most perilous: connectors that corrode, unproven algorithms, and self-modifying code. The manager and customer are quick to leave this bunch. They take the dog and pony and they all go out to lunch. Now how will we revenge ourselves on those who raise our ire? Write code that self-destructs the day the warranties expire. Three things trust above all else: your knowledge of your craft, that someone makes a profit, and that you will get the shaft.
Okay, we're going to switch to something just a little bit different. There's been a lot of assassination attempts recently, and they've all been with guns. I mean, you're talking absolutely no imagination here. All they can do is pick up. They can't do anything inventive. Now, this is inventive. This is the way to pull an assassination off. Julia Ecklar once again.
Everyone knows someone we'd be better off without. But best not mention names, for we don't know who's about. But why commit a murder and risk the fires of hell when black widows in the privy can do it just as well? Now poison's good and daggers and arrows in the back, and if you're really desperate you can try a front attack. But are they really worthy of the risk of being caught when black widows in the privy need not be bribed or bought? So if there's one of whom you wish most simply to be rid, just wait till dark, then point the way to where the widows hid, and say to them, I think you'll find that this one is the best, and black widows in the privy will gladly do the rest.
Yeah, now that's what you call imaginative. Okay, let's go back to a second. What happens if your space station is haunted? Isn't that a good question to ask yourself? Leslie Fish, doing did this. I'm actually looking at the wrong song. What do you know? Wouldn't you guess? Just a second. There we are. Picked up the wrong screen. It happens. Here it is.
Carmen Miranda's ghost is haunting Space Station 3. Half the staff has seen her, plus the portmaster and me. And if you think we've had too much of Cookie's homemade rum, just tell me where those basket hats of fruit keep coming from. Don't go down the cargo bay when there's no ship in dock. You just might hear maracas black and get a nasty shock. And if you hear a rumba beat, don't pass the mess room door. You just might see a tangerine come rolling down the floor. We sometimes catch a glimpse of her by station night or day. But when we try to catch her, she just laughs and fades away. The station's chief head shrinker takes his notes and drains his cup. We get rotated often, but she still keeps showing up. We don't know why we're haunted here or why it's her that haunts.
We've got a betting pool for all who wonder what she wants. The best odds say she likes the rhythm of the station's drive. They didn't have phase generators while she was alive. Carmen Miranda's ghost is haunting Space Station 3. Not that we're complaining, since the fresh fruit all comes free. But now and then we wonder what it means for the human race, that ghosts of generations past are taking off our space.
Okay. You know, one of the interesting things about war is that it's not the warriors who actually suffer. Quite often, it's the poor buggers carrying the goods, the merchanters.
I was born to a merchanter family. Our ship was proud but small. We plied our course through the star-swelled seas. Fate was master of us all. When luck turned bad, oh how Papa swore. Our family died that day, victims of a border war in a Maziani raid. But this ship's the only home that I have ever known, and I curse my luck for the price I pay. Always on my own, through the Union ports I roam, and a merchanter's luck is the game I play. The pirates left our ship for dead, but 3 of us survived. My cousin Ross, I a child of 10, and old Mitri still alive. But one by one I've lost them too. Now the ship is all I own. The way things are, I may lose her soon, and then I'll be alone. But this ship's the only home that I have ever known, and I curse my luck for the price I pay. Always on my own, through the Union ports I roam, and a merchanter's luck is the game I play. From station to station now I must creep. I barter, cheat, and lie, while watch upon watch I don't dare to sleep. I hear my family cry. Someday soon fate will bring me down. I'm tired and sick inside. I've run so long, there's no place to run, and no place left to hide. But this ship's the only home that I have ever known, and I curse my luck for the price I pay. I'm always on my own, through the Union ports I roam, and a merchant merchanter's luck is the game I play. Yes, a merchanter's luck is the game I play.
And for our last song, we're going to get really dark in a way. This is Bill Roper from his Grim Roper album. Bill's one hell of a good guy. I've known him, met him quite a few times over the years, and he writes some damn good music.
Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we found beyond the sky. We set out in our starship in 2049, sent to ply the galaxy, another Earth to find. They put us in our coffin and gently closed the lid. And if I'd known then what I know now, I'd wished I'd wake up dead. So we flew 1,000 years through interstellar space. Light years separated us from the human race. Then at last we slowed as we approached our target star. And now we'd find the reason that we'd traveled so far. Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we found beyond the sky. As we awoke from frozen sleep, we each knew what to do. We'd scan the sky about the star for a planet shining blue. We'd pull into an orbit and check her atmosphere, and run 100 tests to see if she proved fair. We'd monitor the radio so that we could see if there were any aliens who'd come there before we. Then from our receiver, a tiny voice we heard, and it spoke to us in English, and we understood each word. Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we found beyond the sky. 10 years we had been on our way when they found the hyperdrive, and man spread to 1,000 stars while we were half alive. But still they could not stop our ship to save us from our fate, and so we have arrived here but 900 years too late. They told us we were heroes, pinned medals to our chests, and they gave us a fine pension and sent us off to rest. For we're anachronisms from another place and time, and so they have retired us though we're all still in our prime. Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we found beyond the sky. And of the 10 men of our crew, but 2 of us remain, for trapped here in the future, we all have gone insane. We knew when we set out that we'd be gone 1,000 years, but we never thought we'd end up as unwanted pensioners. And soon we too will follow where the other 8 have gone, and then our long sad journey will finally be done. In the next room waiting is my time-lost lonely wife, and I'll see her one last time as we take each other's life. Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we found beyond the sky.
Okay, as you may have gathered, I really don't care about getting copyright struck on this. I know a lot of these people. Some of them are longtime friends, which is partly why I'm playing the music to help advertise them. And, well, it's great music. I actually have a hard time just listening to it because I'm used to singing along with it. But you don't want to hear my singing. You really don't. Anyways, I have to run now. It is time for Dog's final walk of the evening, and he gets kind of cranky if he doesn't get that final walk. You know dogs. Yeah, he's a bossy little monster. If you can count 100 pounds of idiot mutt as being little. Anyways, have a good evening,